stepping up, fires, touchdown. Odell Beckham. How in the world?
Oh my goodness, that may be the greatest catch I've ever seen. That is impossible.
And a little flip goes to Witten for the touchdown.
Nationwide is on your side.
Off we go to the second half. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoy at the Meadowlands. Giants lead by 11. Eli 14 out of 16. 2 touchdowns, both to Beckham. And there is your man of the moment. Thrown through 8 times, 8 receptions for 125 yards. The rookie into the end zone twice. DeMarco Murray, the leading rusher in the league, 49 yards, being held below his average pace right now on 11 carries. And there is Beckham, and we're going to see him pretty quickly because the Giants will get the ball to start the third quarter. It's Preston Parker back in the end zone. Again, the Giants trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. 3-7, and the Cowboys trying to go to 8-3 and stay even with Philadelphia on top in the NFC. A yard in, Parker. And another good run back for him as he goes out to the 29-yard line. And what do you think we want to show you one more time here?
Well, since Al tweeted it out, all kinds of interest in this catch here. Odell Beckham, watch this thing. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it. We have so many views of this catch. Spectacular there. He's being fouled, but look at, he catches this ball with 3 fingers. His thumb, 2 fingers, the other 2 fingers never touch the ball. What's the name of the pitcher that?
Mordecai.
That's
3-finger
right.
Brown.
And there's Mordecai 3-finger Odell Beckham now.
Pitched for the Cubs at the beginning of the 20th century. You saw him pitch for the Reds back in 1913. And this is Rashad Jennings up to the 34-yard line. We go to Michelle.
Well, I asked Tom Coughlin about that catch since everyone's talking about it, and he said that catch was an inspiration. And time anyone makes a play like that, it inspires the entire team. So I asked Jason Garrett, what are your priorities in the second half? He said, stop Odell Beckham. I said, how? And he said, we've just got to do it, but it would help if we got some one-on-one battles won up front.
Thank you, Michelle. Is on a 2nd down and 5, stopped about 3 yards short, is Rashad Jennings. And Coughlin's right about it's inspired the team. This was kind of a sullen place in a way over the last few weeks because of the 5-game losing streak. The Giants with a mark of 3-7. That also created quite a buzz in the crowd.
Yeah, but Beckham over the last 3 weeks has also established himself as a star receiver in this game. And you can tell by all the different motions, putting him in the backfield, some of the shot plays, that they are now starting to revolve this offense around him.
And that's Beckham in motion, so he lines up, flanked out, and the pass is incomplete. And that's broken up there by McLean, intended for Parker.
Yeah, I think Eli was a little nervous about Rolando McLean here breaking on this football. He saw him and just kind of threw it a little bit behind. But again, the decoy that time of Odell Beckham just didn't pay off. But a big opening stop for the Dallas Cowboys as they try and get back in this thing.
11, here's Weatherford's punt. Harrison, the 8, has a lane, but is going to run out of bounds, up at the 27-yard line. It really takes a shot there as well. Spencer Pasinger. So Dwayne Harris got popped at the end of that punt return. He was down for about a minute. Now he's back on the bench, and the Cowboy offense takes over at the 28-yard line. What about Des Bryant tonight? They've done a good job on him. The Giants have 3 catches to 30 yards along with 12. Start with a fullback and DeMarco Murray as the running back. Giants moving around on the defensive front. And it's Murray. And cuts it back upfield, takes it up to the 33. So, Chris, what are they doing to Des Bryant here?
Well, they've got coverage coming in all kinds of directions. He was 6 for 158, 2 touchdowns in a quarter last week. You do that, you get a little over the help, around the side coverage there. Then this time you get an underneath guy helping in coverage. And finally, even on a quick slant, you're going to have to squeeze it between 2 guys to do that. Usually, though, if you want to throw the ball, they're going to have to throw it on first down. That's when the single coverage has been there.
And here's Murray for the first down. Up to the 44-yard line. Stopped there by Kennard.
I guarantee it, Jason Garrett went in there at halftime, and he goes, guys, listen, it's 21-10. We haven't been ourselves. We're not running the football the way that we can. We're going to come out and pound this thing. This is the 32nd ranked run defense over there. I don't care what defense they're in. We're going to run it at them. And so far, a quick first down.
13 carries, 65 yards. So Murray is now averaging 5 yards per tote, close to his season average. And this time, well, the average will be down. A couple of tenths right there is McLean. Meets him in the middle.
Well, that Jameel McLean was an interesting guy to talk with, wasn't he? He comes out, he was telling all kinds of stories. Of course, he had that spinal contusion that cost him a chance to play in the Super Bowl for Baltimore. I said, boy, that had to be scary. He said, that's not scary. He said, let me tell you a few stories from back in the day when I was growing up. There were some scary things back then, but he is a guy that has become a dynamic playmaker inside now that John Beeson's gone.
Grew up in Philadelphia and is an amateur boxer. McLean was. Here's Romo spinning out. That pad didn't move. And then Bryant, you got a flag down at the 42-yard line, though. For the moment, Bryant to the 15-yard line. But now this penalty is against Dallas, so Mr. Vinovich is going to bring everybody back upfield.
Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
And that wipes out a 39-yard gain on the penalty on Tyron Smith.
Best game we've seen so far out of Jason Pierre-Paul. He's back to that move where he dips inside and almost withdraws his body, swats those big hands of Tyron Smith, and force the hold, and it's going to take away a monster play. If Jason Pierre-Paul can get back to where he was, at one time I thought he was headed to the Hall of Fame. He had that one year where he was just unstoppable, and especially against these Dallas Cowboys.
As Bill Parcells always said, just hold off on that anointing oil early in somebody's career. I wonder if Bill's ready to give the anointing oil to Beckham after tonight. 2nd and 19. Set up a screen, but Murray wondering what's going on, looking for a flag. Tony said he was held. No laundry.
There's no doubt Matthias Kiwanuka grabbed Murray coming out. And right there. Just as he comes by, a little grab of the shoulder pads to sling himself around. So after running the ball effectively, the hold has set it back, and now they're going to have to try and beat him with the passing game. And here comes Jason Pierre-Paul. The guy just inside him is not bad either. Robert Ayers, right here, has had a big year rushing the passers too.
3rd and 19. He looks Bryant's way, but he's well covered. Then too high for Witten. And incomplete. So the holding call helps to end this drive, and the Cowboys send in the punting group.
Dez out here. Just a 2-man coverage with safety over the top. Montrell roll. Nice job on Jason Witten. Really nowhere to throw that ball. So this much maligned Giants defense has come out here tonight and really played well against the run.
Beckham's back to accept this kick, but it's a wobbly and short kick. It bounces inside the 30, and Beckham's not going to have a chance to run this back. They're frustrated by that. Kick turns out to be a very good one as it rolls to a stop at the 13-yard line. Well, Jason Garrett, head coach since the middle of the 2010 season. Rod Marinelli has been around for quite a while, 65 years old, longtime basically position coach. And that defense, 9 different starting combinations in the first 10 games. 2 first-round picks, McLean, who was drafted by Oakland, and Claiborne, who's on injured reserve. 2 former Pro Bowl selections. Melton came over from Chicago, and Spencer. And there's Monty Kiffin, longtime defensive coordinator in Tampa Bay. He was the DC last year, and they moved him upstairs this year as Rashad Jennings gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. But that Cowboy defense has played a heck of a lot better in 2014.
They're a different team when Rolando McClain is in the game. He's coming off an MCL. Here he is right there, and he's going to come over and make this play, and he is just beating the running backs to the holes right now. I mean, there is pretty good blocking out there, but nobody can get a hat on him.
2nd and 10. Jennings cuts it back. He gets wrapped up at the 15-yard line by Mincy. Go back last year, 10 games with the Dallas Cowboys, and they were just getting shredded, giving up 27 points a game, 287 passing yards, and different story. A lot less plays and a lot less points allowed. And again, last year, the worst defense in the league. This year, middle of the pack. 3rd and 8. Four-man rush. They get to him. He gets it off to Jennings, but he's going to get stopped at the 20-yard line. Jennings brought down right there, so the heat was put on J.J. Wilcox making the tackle.
Boy, this is some play by J.J. Wilcox. Coming right out of center field. He is not in coverage here, but watch him hustle to the ball. When I was talking to some of the Giants coaches, they said the difference that they thought in this Dallas defense was how much more aggressive that young man right there, J.J. Wilcox, was playing from the first game to the second against the Cowboys.
Big 3-and-out stop. Dallas should get the ball in fairly decent field position, but Weatherford's kick is a beauty. And Harris backs all the way up and fields it at the 20. Looking for room. Harris brings it back to the 35-yard line. That's where Romo and company will set up shop with 8.5 to go in the 3rd, and the Giants leading the Cowboys 21-10. Okay, we'll be with you on Thanksgiving night. Coming up Thursday at the home of the 49ers. It's Russell Wilson. It's Colin Kaepernick. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on NBC. Cruising up the Hudson River, back to the Meadowlands we come. Dallas has the ball at the 35-yard line. Play fake. Murray. Murray will step out of bounds after he picks up the first down.
One of the really good battles going on tonight, Tyron Smith against Jason Pierre-Paul, and it has been a match I would say, at least thus far, has favored Pierre-Paul. Tyron Smith has certainly had his moments in it, but a couple of big plays in this one. Good solid protection, locking on those big hands, but this one right here forced the hold and took away one of the big plays that may have altered that first half.
That last play, a gain of 15. And then Murray's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's Zach Bowman coming up to put a shoulder on him. 2nd down and 10.
And this is always the play caller's dilemma. You have the advantage running the football. Your offensive line has proven itself worthy. The Giants have struggled stopping the run. They're bringing 8 guys up every time on first down. First down before, Scott Linehan called a little pass in the flat, wide open. But you don't want to get away from who you are. Your core is running the football, but the Giants are basically daring you to throw it on early downs.
8-5-3.
Halfway through the quarter. Murray around the right side. Breaks the tackle. Sent Hertzlich out of the way. And is stopped after a gain of about 5. 3rd and 5 next.
Here it is. You can't get any more guys than that around the line of scrimmage. That looks like an old high school game, wing tee and all that kind of stuff. But DeMarco Murray continues, even when they're trying to set the edge outside with stiff arms like that, he's still able to get out there. Big 3rd down here.
Blitz coming on the 3rd and 5, and Romo is able to exploit it, and he hits Cole Beasley. His first catch of the night goes all the way for a Dallas touchdown. Cole Beasley, who's only been in for a handful of plays, 45 yards. The Giants get burned on the blitz. And after the extra point, it'll be a 4-point game.
It's like Julian Edelman or somebody here. A little in, a little out. The Cowboys taking advantage of some pressure brought that time. Jason Pierre-Paul here on the outside. Just missed. Didn't miss Romo, but he just missed getting there before he threw the ball.
Even wears Edelman's number. You're right.
Pretty nice catch and run right there.
A little flowing mane on the way to the end zone. Bailey for the point after. 6:35 to go in the third. What do you know? We have a game on Sunday Night Football.
Love it.
21-17. Football being brought to you by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. By Amazon's new Fire HD powerful tablet. Breakthrough price. By Nissan, innovation that excites. And by the new comedy Horrible Bosses 2 in theaters on Wednesday. Say goodnight, guys. Oh. No. And away they go.
Away they go.
And away we go with the kickoff here, which is taken by Preston Parker at the 4-yard line. Decent run back to the 24. Tom Coughlin, well, he's used to the heat. And of course, when you're 3-7 and haven't been to the playoffs for a couple of years, George Hallis owned the team, so he was 72. Marv Levy, 72, and he stepped away finally in 97. Dick Vermeil, 69, and before that, 5 years earlier, had won a Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin at 68 this season has won 2. Tom, we were talking to Tom the other day, and it all reminds me of the old Marv Levy line about, if you start thinking about retiring, you've already retired. So Tom Coughlin not even contemplating that as the toss goes to Beckham, and Beckham will be run out at 22-yard line. When you're 3-7, so we'd like to ask the coaches about this point in the season who your Pro Bowl candidates. Coughlin said, "Don't even ask me." But now he has one tonight, number 13.
He has one out there as well. Plus, I always like to start backwards. People are going to say, is Tom's job on the line? I said, okay, who are you going to get to replace him, right? You're going to find somebody as a better head coach than what Tom Coughlin is. You've got Ben McAdoo in his first year with an offense. Remember Ben McAdoo in Green Bay. I'll finish this in a minute.
And that's dropped by Williams. Little screen there.
Ben McAdoo, and the first time they installed this offense in Green Bay in 2006, they started 4-8. Then they won their last 4 to go 8-8 that year, went on to the championship game a year later. So you're starting to see signs of maybe this offense getting put together here. Do you really want to blow it up and start all over? Are you going to be better for doing that? I can't say that I think that they would.
Well, I mentioned before, John Mara was saying before the game about, I want to see some signs of hope. And he's seen him tonight. 3rd and 12, and you see it here. Catch is made, and that's a big first down by Daniel Fells because the Giants had been bogged down offensively in 3rd and long, and they convert.
They try and drop Mincy out underneath this thing on the tight end, and that is the second big conversion tonight for Daniel Fells. You tend to think of Larry Donnell as being the guy they're going to focus on. Tried to go with a little stunt, a little pressure to the outside the other way, and end up with a defensive end in coverage.
Meanwhile, a flag went down at the end of the play. Here's Vinovich.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 32, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Orlando Scandrick, and that's going to take the ball to the 50.
Tail end of the play. Yeah. Preston Parker stepped in there, didn't like him talking to Odell Beckham like that, and Scandrick didn't like what Preston Parker had to say, and that's a good teammate right there. Preston Parker jumped in the middle, protected the star player, and even drew the 15-yard foul.
And took the shot.
Yeah.
Williams is the back at the 50, first down. Chase, Manning just throws it into the Cowboy bench. Selby was there. I mean, Chris, we were talking about, Coughlin, and in any town when you don't make the playoffs for a couple of years in a row, and in New York, I mean, the press has been talking about it all week, and Tiki Barber weighed in and all that stuff, and sports radio goes crazy. But you look at John Mara, I saw Steve Tisch before. These guys they're deliberate. They're anything but impetuous. They just don't make rash decisions. Jerry Reese is the GM. He's been taking some heat too.
Hey, go 55, go 55.
Second and 10 at the 50.
118, what's that?
And Williams spinning away, picks up the first down. 38-yard line.
Well, we're all going to be held accountable for the players we pick. And one of the guys that they picked this year was Andre Williams. Now, he has not put up big numbers. He got away maybe with a fumble tonight that really could have changed the complexion of the first half of this game. But Andre Williams is a big, strong guy that knows how to finish runs. And in the open field tonight, he's made a difference.
4.5 left in the third, action up front, so they whistle the play dead. There's Jack Crawford who jumped.
Encroachment. Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I'll tell you, what's amazing is that's the first penalty for offside or encroachment against the Dallas defense all season.
I'm going to guess Rod Marinelli is not going to like that one too much. Mr. Intensity, and he expects that kind of discipline. But there's a guy that turns over a lot of coaching to his assistants, so those guys get constant individual interaction with their position coaches.
Makes it a 1st and 5. Manning's going to throw that one away. Cowboys are going to contend that Jason Garrett's basically saying he wasn't outside the tackle box. It should be grounding.
No intentional grounding as the ball was thrown at the feet of an eligible receiver. Second down.
Who might that be?
Well, they had Larry Donnell over there right here, and he's really just going to block. But here comes Melton around the edge there, so they're going to say that's good enough.
Really?
Can't make this up.
That's 2nd and 5. It's good. Here's Andre Williams to the 30-yard line. Make it 3rd and 2.
That's Rolando McClain right here. Come up here. I mean, there's just been. I love this. This is like some old school Giants, Cowboys. Important. Both teams fighting for the playoffs, even though it's not that. It feels like that.
And a roll. Everybody rolling right. Open up. Beckham, first down. And you might get a flag at the end of it. Crowd wants it. Oh, here it comes. Yeah. Barry Church. So Beckham gets the first down. They convert on a 3rd. And they lay it on some more.
That's when you know a receiver is getting in your head as a defense, when you start hitting them out of bounds. Wait till you see this move. This route really tells it all of what this young man is capable of doing on the outside. You just can't stop and go as fast as he can. Man coverage, get up the field, plant your foot. And I mean, that's Brandon Carr. That's a $50 million corner that reacted 5 yards after Odell Beckham did. And Barry Church
There's no
just
foul play for unnecessary roughness.
Whoa,
the runner was still in bounds and took a flop.
What?
And took a flop. That's the first time I've ever heard a referee announce that.
Definitely out of bounds. Now, well, let's go into that. And, okay, he did kind of grab for the ball. And then took a flop. That's not too bad. That's a pretty good job by the official.
But he was hit out of bounds. So the ball at the 18 now. 1st and 10. Manning. Yeah, oh no, that one a little too far for Beckham, who's already scored 2 touchdowns tonight. Mentioned before, 5 touchdowns this season, 4 of them against Dallas.
I'll tell you what, if they'd have gotten this one in there with the safety over the top, they couldn't have had more coverage on him, and he ran by both of them. Just missed it.
Second and 10. Oh, and that's intercepted. Intercepted by Barry Church. And the Dallas Cowboys will have the ball near midfield on a huge pick intended for Preston Parker.
A layup touchdown. A layup missed by Eli Manning. A layup.
4-point game, the Cowboy ball. Monday America met Charlie Tucker, May State of Affairs, fall's newest hit show. And you can see State of Affairs tomorrow after The Voice right here on NBC. Cruising over the Brooklyn Bridge and looking into lower Manhattan on this cool Sunday night. Temperature, game time 51, right now high 40s. Breeze picking up a little bit. Cowboys after that big Barry Church interception from the 48 to start this drive. Murray over midfield. Back we go to the pick.
Eli Manning's played a great game tonight, but not this one. They're going to go play fake here, and there is going to be a monster hole in the middle of this defense. Nobody around, and Eli just sails it. Ends up in the arms of Barry Church, who really had a nice turn of events. They pick up the flag, don't give him the 15-yard penalty, and then comes back with a big interception to give the Cowboys now a chance to take the lead.
2.5 left in the third. 2nd and 7. Toss. Murray. A ton of room. And out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Des Bryant threw a nice block to let him go.
They do so many of those stretch plays that anytime the offensive line starts to move that way, the defense wants to as well. So this time they do a little counter action to that. Good job down the field by Des Bryant. And we have ourselves a ball game. For somebody who has fumbled the ball, that would not be top of the list how to carry the football.
31-yard line. Here he goes again, and this time he can't get outside. As JPP makes sure that he doesn't even reach the line of scrimmage.
Jason Pierre-Paul has not had the kind of pass rushing year that he's had in the past, but he has been fantastic against the run this year. You get a little flavor of it here. He's so athletic. He really was peaking inside, but still strong enough and athletic enough to jump back outside to make that play. That's some battle. Those are two good players right there.
Romo on 2nd and 10, wide open, Des Bryant, and touchdown. Wide open, 31 yards, and the Dallas Cowboys take the lead.
Let's make sure he's in bounds the whole way before we do anything else. I think that is in. I could not see anything of the foot on the white. I don't think you overturned that one.
Nope, I don't think so either. They're going to review as they do all scoring plays. Stevie Brown with the coverage.
But really the key was the mobility of Romo, able to get on the edge again physically once he can get out there. Bought time for Des Bryant to go all the way across the field. And you could see just wide open at that point.
Brown with safety help, but much too late. So the touchdown follows the interception. The Giants squander a tremendous chance to get into the end zone themselves. The extra point by Bailey is good. There was 68 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Dallas Cowboys have scrambled all the way back and lead by 3. So it's Murray and it's Bryant. And you take a look at these guys, percentage of the team scrimmage yards. Murray, 39%. Dez, 21% through week 11. Combined 60% highest for any NFL teammates this year. So you go back to Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin in the days of the triplets. 1995, they combined for 64%. Now, of course, you know, when Aikman and Emmitt and Michael did their thing, so there's always a tendency to the always valuable Bryant right there. There's always a tendency to want to say, hey, you know, compare and all of that stuff. But you know, with Romo and Murray and Bryant, you get 3 pretty good players.
Well, you do, but they have something else in common now too. They have rebuilt this offensive line. I always thought that Dallas Cowboys team, those 3 superstars, their place in the Hall of Fame, well deserved. Don't ever want to take anything away from them. But that offensive line was fantastic. And now with these 3 young players on the offensive line, Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, and Tyron Smith, they are beginning to develop a core that Tony Romo was the one that said, hey, we don't have to do anything spectacular anymore to win. We just have to make plays that we're capable of making.
Oh, and then stepping out of bounds was Preston Parker. So after a series of pretty good run backs tonight, this time he's out of bounds early.
Well, you have a guy that put on a Superman-like show in the first half. What do? You're going to see a whole lot of human beings in the second half. You do not let this guy beat you. Somebody else on the Giants now is going to have to step up and start making plays, because clearly the adjustment here has been we are going to leave 2 players inside out, high, low, whatever you want to call it, on Odell Beckham and not give him a chance to beat us.
Manning at his 13. Play action.
Oh, he had him.
Ooh, throws underneath. Checks it off to Jennings to the 18-yard line. Missed an opportunity there.
Oh, and Eli did this last week too. He just missed chances at home runs. This is a no-brainer. He completely wins the battle off the line of scrimmage. There's nobody there. It looked like Eli was looking that way for a moment, but he was under pressure and just didn't think he could get that much on the ball, so he had to check it down.
Scandrick stumbled as well. Wow. So another big missed opportunity, and it's second down and 5 now from the 18. Big hole here for Jennings. That'll be a first down. He takes it to the 25-yard line. That might take us to the 4th quarter.
I have to give Larry Donnell a little credit on that one. I got him when he missed the block last time, but he popped that one open.
So we've played 3. Dallas leads the Giants 24-21, and Sunday Night Football is back after these messages. Aerial coverage tonight being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. As you look at the Freedom Tower, Lower Manhattan, on a nice, cool, comfortable night. 24-21. Cowboys by 3. The Giants, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Eli, he's going to try to dump it off, and does. Live ball. And that's Jennings. Flag is down at the 25-yard line. Tyrone Crawford put the pressure on that time. Going to get a penalty against the Giants. Bill Vinovich to make the call in a moment. And we got a full confab here.
Holding. Defense number 32. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Sorry about that. Came in, pointed to the other team, and then winds up calling it on Skandrick. So you got a defensive foul, automatic first.
Well, remember Skandrick struggled on that last one, and there's the tug, and that is the only sure thing it seems like anymore when it comes to pass interference down the field. You grab that jersey. They rarely miss that one.
False start. Offense number 83. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's Preston Parker. So now you'll have a 1st and 15. Philadelphia won today at home, beat Tennessee. So the Eagles go to 8-3. Cowboys will be either 8-3 or 7-4. And then the Giants at 3-7 right now. And Washington loses to San Francisco 3-8. So Philly plays Dallas Thanksgiving Day in Texas. And then the second Sunday of December in Philly on Sunday Night Football. 1st and 15. And to the outside, and that's Randall making the catch. And he's forced out of bounds after a very short gain.
You know, Ruben Randall's one of the guys that really has benefited, I think, most from Ben McAdoo's new offense. Kevin Gilbride, there were a lot of option routes, a lot of different things. You had to convert this route against that coverage into this kind of a play. Ben McAdoo is much more of a call it and run it. Last week saw Ruben Randall have his best day in a long, long time.
He's a gain of 3, so it's 2nd and 12. And Jennings will go nowhere. 3rd and long. Spencer with the tackle. So the Cowboys clearly making some pretty good adjustments here. An 80-yard drive, a 66-yard drive, and an 80-yard drive to open it up, all with touchdowns. Then the punt, the half, and then 2 punts and a pick on the drives here in the second half. And the Cowboys have the Giants in a 3rd and 11. Over the middle, and it's Beckham who makes the catch, but he cannot get the first down. Needed 11, wound up getting about 9. Odell Beckham making his 10th catch of the night, 146 yards.
It looked like for a moment there, if Odell Beckham had just turned that thing up, he's going to come right here. See if there's a little space. If he had turned it straight up the field, you can see where the first down line, right here. He sort of hesitated. I thought maybe with as athletic as he is, might have been able to dive forward for that one.
Well, meanwhile, he's down. He's down right now. So an injury timeout for Beckham. There's Beckham live. He was down for 45 to 60 seconds, and they're going to check him out. Among the things that happened to him, he took an elbow to the helmet. He's going to go back underneath as they can check him out now after he made that catch. And of course, Michelle will be on top of this, and we'll get the report as soon as we can. In the meantime, it's 4th down and 2, and the Giants to punt with Weatherford taking a high snap and getting a line drive kick away. Fielded at the 20. Dwayne Harris spinning away and taking it up to the 40-yard line. Nice run back for Harris. And let's go back to the hit on Beckham.
He just kind of lost his balance here and stumbled forward and dropped the head and took an elbow to the head. We won't speculate on exactly what it was, but clearly a little edge has gone out of this building with him walking off the field.
And the Cowboys now with the lead and the ball at the 38-yard line. Nice hold there from Murray to the 42. Okay, Michelle, what do you know?
Well, Odell Beckham Jr., you saw him go back to the locker room. He is questionable with a back injury, Al. We'll find out more as the evening goes along, but right now in the locker room, questionable.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, we didn't know whether it was the head. You can see him get hit in the head, the helmet with the elbow. Then they were looking at his back. They were looking at his ribs. At one point, they were even looking at his shoulder during the commercial.
Yeah, right now the Giants are going to be looking at DeMarco Murray. Got a lead. Now you're going to have to stop him.
So Murray with 96 yards tonight, 20 carries. Leading the league in rushing by a mile. 4 yards gets him to 100. And he's into triple figures and has a first down. DeMarco Murray. Gain of 9 yards there.
Anytime you want to show pressure here, it leaves yourself vulnerable to these outside stretch plays. You can see it's really just a race between the Dallas Cowboys offensive linemen and the New York Giants defensive line. And that was what Tom Coughlin was trying to emphasize the entire time. Great job on the outside by James Hanna. But it's just a race. And right now, athletically, the Cowboys are getting there first.
Murray again. Mentioned before, Murray on a pace right now in which he would gain almost 2,000 yards. It would be 1973. He's gained 100 or more yards now in 10 of 11 games. 100 or more rushing yards. You said it right there, counting tonight. So that's right up to the moment. 28 carries and catches per game. So he's the workhorse of the league right now. Close to 2,000 yards. Team record Emmett at 1773. 2nd and 7. Murray again to the 42-yard line. So a healthy dose of Murray, keeping it on the ground and beginning to chew up a little bit of time.
Yeah, NFC Offensive Player of the Month for September and October. And for Eli Manning, you highlighted it early in the show. It has not been his month. Look at that, though. Here you're sitting on the lead, and it's probably the one thing that he doesn't do so well. And now they're going to go empty here on 3rd down and about 4.
From the 43. 4-man rush to the outside. Great coverage. Pass is incomplete. Zach Bowman knocked it away from Terrence Williams. In comes the punt team.
Really nice play by Zach Bowman. The former Bear had 3 interceptions for them. He's come over here. He and Shockey Brown, who came from the Ravens, really are the 2 guys that have kind of picked up the pace after Amukamara got hurt. Walter Thurman, Tremaine McBride. It was really a defense built around those corners, and they just couldn't keep them healthy.
Another guy they're missing is the middle linebacker Beeson, who's on injured reserve. And that kick will be down at the 7-yard line off the foot of Chris Jones. 9-12 left in the 4th in a 3-point game. Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Bud Light. Stay in the game and drink responsibly. By Verizon XLTE on America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. By Walmart, where you'll find unbeatable prices on this year's top gifts. And by Toyota, let's go places. It's the USS Intrepid, Air and Space Museum, right on the Hudson River in Manhattan. All right. Des Bryant and the offense looking on, getting their defense, trying to get pumped up. That defense has done a terrific job after giving up all of the Giant points in the opening half. And of course, no Beckham right now. So you have a whole other story. On 1st down from the 7-yard line. And this is Jennings, who gets spun down after a gain of 2 on the Caden.
And that's really the problem you've got now, Al. I mean, this was a team that had somebody that scared you. To me, the superstars in the league are the guys that have to be double teamed on offense or defense. The J.J. Watts, the JPP when he was in his prime, Des Bryant. Now who do you worry about on this offense? There's no real threat that's going to draw a double team, so now it's tougher to get it to anybody. Maybe Larry Donnell is your next shot.
And it goes to Randall. That'll be a first down. Scandrick makes the tackle. So Scandrick, who's been on Beckham all night, now shifts his focus to Randall.
The one thing that you do notice is that Ruben Randall is a very good inside player. And when they can get their running game going, some of the play action and the crossing and the slant all starts to really work. But Odell Beckham is the guy who can scare you on the outside.
And meanwhile, there's Scandrick, and that's an issue here for the Dallas Cowboys, rubbing his calf. Their best DB. And as we said before, his name normally comes up first when you talk about that Dallas defense. So you got Beckham out of the game on one side. You got Scandrick right now, who will have to come out for at least one play since time has been taken, and he moves over to the Dallas bench.
Remember him talking about Rob Ryan and what a difference that he made in his career. Rob Ryan, when he was in Dallas, just said, he goes, I don't know what you guys are looking at, but Orlando Scandrick's the best defensive back you got. I know we've got all these #1 guys. Ended up getting a big contract out of it, and he's paid off for the Cowboys.
Sterling Moore, 26, takes his place. And that's a great play in the backfield. DeMarcus Lawrence comes in. He's a rookie out of Boise State. So there comes Beckham back onto the field. DeMarcus Ware no longer in Dallas. Of course, he's in Denver, but here's the new DeMarcus.
Right here is going to loop inside this block, and that's the kind of athleticism they kind of hoping that DeMarcus Ware would replace him. He was on IR with a bad foot for the first 8 games or so of the season, but he's starting to flash a little bit now, and they need him.
All right, halfway through the fourth quarter, you got Beckham back on the bench for the Giants, at least at the moment. 2nd and 14, and Eli buys a ton of time and then throws, and that's hauled in along the sideline for a first down by Preston Parker.
Now you tell me the top of this route. Is this a push off by Preston Parker or not? That's a push off. Should have been called, wasn't called. Big play for the Giants.
Well, look who's back. So Beckham back in the game. Targeted 11 times, caught 10. You got Brandon Carr on him. With Scandrick not back yet. And now probing the middle for a gain of 3 is Rashad Jennings.
You know, one of the things when you have a new offensive line, it takes time for the backs to figure them out as well. Watch Snyder pull around here, and this should have been the run. Instead, he doesn't follow his blocker. If he just follows behind Adam Snyder there, he's going to have a better play.
So Scandrick now back in after he missed a couple of plays. Beckham back in. But now you've got Carr on Beckham as Beckham goes to the right side. You got Randall and Scandrick at the bottom of the screen. There are your matchups, and the pass is thrown into the ground.
That could have been a lateral, but it wasn't called.
Right down the line of scrimmage. The pressure by Henry Milton that time. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
I mean, one thing you always have to keep in mind is that those laterals directly parallel, that's a lateral. Henry Melton's really added a little pop to this defense lately, hasn't he? He has come off that ACL and starting to look like his old self.
Texas guy, wanted to go home, played in Chicago. Now you got Scandrick on Beckham again on the left side. 3rd and 7. And the pass is caught. A lot of traffic is there. It's Larry Donnell. So you have Beckham in the neighborhood, but Donnell cutting across, and the Giants with another 3rd down conversion, a gain of 16 here.
This is what this guy could do. He's so hot early in the season. Orlando Scandrick came off late and gave him a big shot, still held on to it. But he is a guy that could be a difference maker if he could get it going.
3 touchdowns in the Monday night game at Washington earlier in the year from the 48 now. The ground again, and Jennings fighting his way. Good tough running there to turn a 1-yard gain into maybe 4. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, Odell Beckham Jr. was back in the locker room. What they did, they decided he had taken a hit to the low back. They massaged that area, stretched it out, and so he's back, and now we have another Cowboy down.
Well, we'll keep, but that's the George Selvey who's down on the turf, so an injury timeout for him. Forget about shopping on Black Friday. Hockey in the afternoon. It's Broadway against Broad Street. It's the New York Rangers. It's the Philadelphia Flyers. It's 1 o'clock Eastern time on NBC. Rangers Flyers hockey Friday afternoon. So Snyder's out. You got Richburg in. Been a starter all year long. Rookie out of Colorado State. You have a 2nd and 3 after Selby walked off. And you have a swing pass to Rashad Jennings. And Jennings is able to get inside the 20. And Church takes him out of bounds at the 12. Good spin move, avoiding tacklers. Takes it down to the 12-yard line. And now you've got Will Peedy, who's down. The left tackle is on the turf of the Giants.
I tell you, this Rashad Jennings has made a couple of great runs here in the second half, and he has just added a dimension. Just a veteran, tough, hard-nosed guy who just wants this. But right now, some of these New York Giants offensive linemen just keep going down.
And it's Beatty right now. Looks like might have stepped on Richburg's foot. You get James Brewer coming in to replace him.
Right there. And on the other side of the field, Barry Church is coming off slowly. And Church got a little thigh full on that hit. Man, this has been old-fashioned NFC East good football tonight.
So here comes Church out. C.J. Spillman comes in for him. Brewer comes in for Beatty. And the Giants have a first down at the 14-yard line with a tick under 5 minutes to go.
You know, there are just some guys that look better in the fourth quarter than they do in the first three. And you really get the feeling that Rashad Jennings is one of those big heart. He's got his opportunity. He loves playing for the Giants. And he's been all in here in the fourth quarter.
Carried it 18 times tonight. Williams has carried 10. Matchup at the bottom is Beckham and Scandrick. Jennings. Forward progress will take him to the 9-yard line. And make it a 2nd down and 5.
Nice little jump cut right there. He was really trying to cram that one up inside and just stopped on a dime and jumped outside and lowered his head. Some odd combinations on this offensive line. You know they have not worked together as a unit very much at all with this combination.
And there is Brewer. So Beatty's ready to come back in. The ball at the 9 on a 2nd and 5. Eli throws a little dart to Jennings to the 1-yard line. He goes. 1st and goal for New York.
The subtleties of the screen game. That is what this game has really been about so much. We've seen an uptick ever since Rashad Jennings come back from that MCL injury. A little feel it out process in the last game, and then tonight in this one, a clear difference over what Andre Williams was able to provide.
3:45 and ticking down. The ball at the 1. And no signal yet. Stop short. Jennings at the 6-inch line.
Good luck. You want to have a real job. Be a line judge down on the goal line trying to figure that out.
Sure.
First charge timeout. Dallas. 30-second timeout.
So the Cowboys taking a timeout here. 2 remaining. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Well, the big play, of course, was the interception. Had everybody fooled. Linebacker stepped up. Eli missed high to Preston Parker, and Barry Church came down with it. And then it was Des Bryant, due to a little bit of the mobility of Tony Romo, that came up with that touchdown. But give credit to Eli Manning. Had a bad play, but he has marched his team right back down the field when he needed it most.
What a drive. Selby is back in. This drive started at the New York 7.
I bet they don't throw any fade routes there.
No, not tonight. 13th play of the drive goes to the fullback, Hynoski, and he is stopped short. So Hynoski cannot get in. 3rd down and goal.
Isn't it unbelievable? They go 3 fades on the goal line to try and win it last week. Can't get it done. Now they line up in nothing but power and can't get it done. With the game on the line, now they are 0 for their last 6 attempts from about here.
What do? Do you roll out? You roll out, and then you throw it, and it's caught for a touchdown by Adrian Robinson. The number 3 tight end. His first catch of the night, and the Giants retake the lead.
Nice job by Adrian Robinson. Watch how long he stays on this fake. He's going to stay, block, 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 sell everybody. His coverage jumps off to go play the run. And J.J. Wilcox is looking around saying, where's my help? He really had Daniel Fells on the outside, so that had to be somebody inside, and he's hot.
First touchdown of Robinson's 3-year career. And now it's a 4-point lead with exactly 3 minutes to play. Good one on Sunday Night Football. The Giants back up on top by 4. NFL Mobile, stream live local Sunday afternoon and primetime games right on your smartphone. Learn more at NFL.com/mobile. From Manhattan back to the Meadowlands. We come in a 4-point game now. 3 minutes to go. Cowboys with 2 timeouts. So time should not be the issue right here. Jerry Jones watching his team. There's Stephen Jones. And their team 7-3 trying to stay in a tie with Philadelphia for the lead in the NFC East. If they can pull off the win, then the 2 teams will battle for first place Thanksgiving Day in Arlington. Tony Romo took over the job in 06, and there it was, the 26 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime in that situation right now. Started with a short pass to Des Bryant. Rogers Cromartie forces him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
Isn't it amazing that Tony Romo has those kind of numbers in the 4th quarter, and yet he's known for not being successful in that situation?
And here's a pass. That's Witten, who hasn't seen that much action tonight. He's able to score a touchdown on a little shovel pass in the first half. Makes it 3rd down and 1. Pretty critical play coming up right here as we tick down toward the 2-minute warning. Big 3rd and 1, and Murray is able to pick up the first down and a few more up to the 38-yard line. Stevie Brown stops him. The 2-minute warning comes with 1:59 on the clock. Cowboys, Giants. Great rivalry, great game tonight. Volkswagen postgame report coming up after the game. Michelle on the field with the stars of the game. Messrs. Costas, Dungy, and Florio. We'll check in and take a preview look at Thursday's game between Seattle and San Francisco. 1:59 left. 2 timeouts for Dallas. Cowboys at the 38.
And the
Giants coming across the line. Who caused it?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 94. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Calling on Kiwanuka.
Great job by Romo coming out after the timeout, not letting those pass rushers get hyped up. He puts his foot on the ground. They're hot, and here they come.
So a gift 5 yards. It's 1st and 5 now from the 43. And Romo throwing. Beasley, who scored the touchdown earlier, and another big play for Cole Beasley to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 21.
Well, one of the things, if you're going to leave Jameel McClain, the middle linebacker, in the game, I think the Cowboys are fully justified in going after him in these situations.
Minute and a half now. And Romo, ton of time, dancing, gesturing, flag down. It's caught for the moment by Witten. Cowboys moving downfield, but let's see what the call is going to be. The indication from side judges that it's going to be against the Giants. If it is, it'll be declined.
Holding. Defense number 29. Penalties declined. Result of the play. First down.
All right, so it's to the 21-yard line. Phenomenal protection.
The greatness of this offensive line raises its head when it's needed most. Watch this. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that much time standing in the pocket against a 4-man rush.
7.5 seconds.
And now you have everything at your disposal. You can run the football. They're going to play back. They're going to play in this prevent kind of stuff. Don't be surprised now if they turn around and run the football a little bit here. Don't want to give Eli too much time the other way.
They have the time. Obviously needing a touchdown, down by 4. Romo to the outside. Bryant spins away. And Bryant is good for a gain of about 7 yards on that play. Make it 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
How about that move for a 220-pound guy on the outside? Looked like he was going to try and head straight out of bounds out here this way. Fakes it towards the boundary, goes right back inside. And right now, Romo is going to pay attention to everything. Obviously got a score, but you're trying to milk a little clock. You're trying to do everything here. Keep that guy right there.
Play clock under 5. 2nd and 2. Romo in a pump fake again. Protection is phenomenal. And then he throws, and it's caught with a touchdown. Dez Bryant. What work by that line. They gave him 7.5 seconds a couple of plays before, and probably about the same here.
You can't do it better than this. You cannot do it better than this with this offensive line. 2 plays, 2 perfect protections. Romo stays alive. Dez Bryant finally gets open in the back of the end zone. Cannot blame Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. Watch Tyron Smith here. He's going to get him on the ground, shove him down, stay with it. One of the most athletic pass rushers there is. Tyron Smith had a few slip-ups in this one, but when it mattered most, this offensive line was dominant.
As they always do, just checking to make sure it is a touchdown. Waiting for Vinovich.
Timeout.
And upstairs they're going to take a peek at this one with 61 seconds. Vinovich under the hood. Now we're back. The ball is moving when Bryant is going to the ground, but we've been looking at the replays. We think this thing is going to stand as a touchdown. Here's Vinovich. Well, Bill's getting ready to make the call, and here he is.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Not confirmed, so they weren't absolutely sure. He did see the movement that you saw, but it stands, which means there's not enough to overturn it. And I think that's the right call. So, Eli, your turn now.
He has 61 seconds. Giants have all of their timeouts. And all the Giants would need, of course, is a field goal to probably send the game into overtime. And Bailey makes it a 3-point game. So back and forth we go. Bryant, 7 catches, 86 yards. The first half belonged to Odell Beckham. Pretty good second half for one Des Bryant. And of course that offensive line has just been tremendous.
There's Zach Martin, who's been tremendous. Travis Frederick, Ronald Leary, Tyron Smith, Doug Free. Gave Tony Romo a ridiculous amount of time on those 2 plays. And isn't it kind of funny that Tony Romo forever had been the guy that he's the reason the Cowboys weren't going to the Super Bowl. Then they see him a couple of games this year without Tony Romo, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, he's the savior. What can we possibly do if he gets hurt, if he can't play? This thing has kind of come full circle, and so did that reputation going down the field.
Well, Beckham's going to come out, and if there's a run back, well, for the moment, he's going to be one of the middle guys lining up at about the 30-yard line.
Well, every once in a while you can kind of sneak a guy like that out on the field and run a reverse. But remember what they've been doing here tonight. They've been using him as a decoy quite a bit. And I guarantee you somebody has seen him on the field at this point. Don't be surprised if they fake a reverse to him just to draw attention and see if they can't pop one.
So Preston Parker is all the way back in the end zone. Dan Bailey ready to kick off. And Bailey deep enough to create a touchback. So Eli will start at the 20-yard line with 1:01. 26 career game-winning drives, fourth quarter or OT for one E. Period Manning, who came into the league in 2004 along with Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. Pretty good group.
Eli is probably saying, can I borrow your offensive line for this drive?
Will Beatty is back in. He was shaken up the last time the Giants have the ball. So here we go from the 20-yard line. Giants trying to snap that losing streak at 5, and the Cowboys trying to stay in a tie for first place with the Eagles. Manning dumps it, and then it's dropped. It's dropped over the middle by Jennings. Second down and 10.
That time Henry Melton dropped back into coverage, so they only rushed 3 and was sitting sort of right there. But Henry Melton's a guy working inside against the rookie Weston Richburg. That's going to be an interesting one to watch, because as far as quickness right off the line of scrimmage, he is the man. Henry Melton switching sides now, coming right there.
Beckham again. Beckham is Stanford. Yep. And then over the middle, that is caught. 27-yard line. That is Larry Donnell. But it's going to be third down, and the clock will stop as the Giants will take a timeout.
First charge timeout.
Now, you're going to see a lot of extra help anywhere you see number 13 now. Odell Beckham is going to have to work really hard to come up with a play, and he has looked not quite the same since he's come back out here. We haven't seen quite the explosiveness out of him.
3rd and 2 from the 28. Pressure on Manning, and then it's tipped off the hand of Donnell. So Eli under pressure. McLean back covering on Donnell, and so here's your ball game on a 4th and 2.
Going to get some pressure inside right there from Tyrone Crawford, who I think got a little banged up on this play, but if he had to have one rush in him all night, coming off of that MCL injury. He got a good one there, and now Eli has to answer it.
Giants must get a first down on a 4th and 2 from the 28-yard line. 4-man rush. Checks it off. Forward progress is where? Moving in, the official will spot it at the 30. That's Jennings, and that will be a first down. So the Giants just barely get the first down.
They're begging for a check upstairs on that one. Don't get it.
They don't get it.
Yes,
well, maybe
do.
they do, because the Giants tried to get the play away. Now you've got Vinovich
Previous
saying,
play is under review.
yep. Did he get the first down? Meanwhile, you've got 23 seconds. They put a little bit more on the clock after the review here. Take a look again. Where is the ball?
I don't think it ever gets back across the line, but he caught it right about the line.
Well, there's the ball. He has to get to the 30. It's not there yet.
No, I don't think it gets there. Once it's there, if they're going to give him credit for it, it's going to have to be sort of at the high point of that catch, but his feet aren't on the ground.
Where is he first contacted? Right there. Where is the ball when he's first contacted is the issue.
I don't think it ever gets to the line.
I don't think it does either. And this is one where you don't have to look for any other markings except the 30-yard line. If the nose of the ball reaches the front of the chalk of the 30-yard line, it is a first down. If it doesn't, the game is in effect over.
The very front tip edge of that line is
Right.
where it has to be. I mean, that is right on the line.
Yeah. See, the yellow line is right there, but the obviously the official line here is the stripe, the actual 30-yard line stripe.
And the unfortunate part, it would have been so easy for Rashad Jennings to get another. And there's Dez with his striped shirt on going, nah. But it would have been so easy to push up beyond.
Well, the Cowboys are pretty certain they're going to win this. Who knows? Nobody knows anything.
Jason Garrett does, Jerry Jones does, and Tom Coughlin does. Just not all the same thing that they know.
Well, we don't think the ball got there, but we know nothing.
Remember that conclusive thing? We thought it looked like a fumble down there too. It has to be with absolute certainty. There can't be doubt.
Your name again? I'm sorry. Here comes Vinovich.
After reviewing the play, the receiver did not get to the 30-yard line. That was for a first down. Please reset the game clock to 40 seconds. 4-0.
And that'll do it. I tell you what, listen to that cheer. What's so odd this year is that a lot of Giants fans are frustrated. A lot of talk about the Giants fans selling their tickets to Cowboy fans. So you have a ton of Cowboys fans here. In contrast to that, in Dallas this season, one of the big stories has been the Cowboy fans are selling their tickets to visiting teams fans.
And there's a story right there. And that look we've seen a few times too many out of Tom Coughlin. His guys played their guts out today. But when everything was on the line, Tony Romo answered, and the Giants couldn't.
And it comes on top of a night that started with Beckham making one of the most incredible catches ever seen by anybody anywhere at any level of football. Giants sprinted out to a big lead, scored on their first 3 possessions. And the Dallas Cowboys have now won as many games in 11 games this year as they have in each of the last 3 seasons. At the end of the year, when they wound up 8-8 in each of the last 3 years. They're 8-3. They're tied for first. They play Philly on Thanksgiving night, and then they play them again in Philly on a Sunday night in December. 31-28. Dallas wins it. Coming up next, Volkswagen postgame report after these messages.